So over here we have a motorcycle, and then right here we have the rest of a motorcycle. It was taken apart for a cafe racer project, but it didn't quite get finished. Now I have it. I just want to see if I can put it back together and play with it. It's a 77 Yamaha XS750. It's a very popular option for cafe racer projects. I'm just not that ambitious or talented, and I also like the functionality of having a back seat. As far as I can tell, everything is here, and most of it looks original. Some parts have been replaced already, which is awesome. One thing that concerns me is the frame of the motorcycle, which has been cut to make room for a cafe racer seat. Hopefully I'll be able to just find an original seat and put it on there, but if all else fails, I do have this piece of wood. At first glance, it looks like the carburetors, air intake box, and battery and exhaust are really all it needs to be running again. Then I'll put all the lights and stuff to make it street legal. But first, let's start with the carburetors. I didn't see like a mount or anything. Do they even go with this bike? This is the clutch. It's like a throttle cable here. The carburetor is what tells the engine how much gas and air it gets at the same time. So it looks like the gas tank isn't attached to anything. Well, that can happen. Sometimes that can happen. So this will go into the gas tank. And then this. Can't get it on. The rubber mounts are frozen and they won't stretch to get around the intake manifold. Okay, that's why you don't work in the winter, I suppose. A little heat did the trick. Now we've got the carburetor on and throttle linkage hooked up. So air will get sucked through this air box. There's an air filter in here. It'll mix with fuel here, and then it will all go into the engine together where it will meet the spark plugs. So now we just need to put the gas tank on and feed the gas from the tank down into the carburetor. But let's see where we're at. This looks like it goes there.
A car is like a helmet for your body.
Okay, I believe we should be far enough to get to Runtown. I want to put the exhaust on before I do that though, so I don't upset my neighbors, my poor neighbors. This is not the stock exhaust. This bike would have came with a dual pipe. Ouch. It's starting to look like a motorcycle. Check it out. Let's see what season it is. Not yet. I feel like it's never the right season, or it's always the wrong season. Depends on which way you look at it. Now for the muffler. battery in. Now we need a little bit of premium gasoline. The gas tank's pretty rusty, so I might regret. Should be all we need.
And of course, the starter button doesn't do anything.
Well, the starter could have died. We're leaking gas out of the carburetor, so that's not good.
New starter relay for good measure.
The electricity is getting stuck somewhere. And since it's an old bike, it's probably getting stuck everywhere. All the little connectors, all the old fuses. As corrosion builds up on the metal pieces, it doesn't conduct electricity as well. So we can start the battery, 12.85. Drops down with the key on. And it looks like it does actually change when I'm touching the starter button, which is exciting because it wasn't doing that before. All these old connectors are corroded and need to be cleaned. Then from the battery through the main wiring harness, looks like we still have 12.8 there. Then we can go down the line. These should all be 12 volts as well. That one's the main wire. So from the battery to the fuse, it's losing some voltage, and from the fuse to this harness, it's losing some voltage. All right, let's try this. .91. Can you believe it? Almost 10 volts. At least that means progress. I'm also only getting 11.5 volts here. So the problem is in between here. It's got to be this wire.
Before we get the electrical working, we need to fix this fuel leak.
So the carburetors have to come back off. This starter button is hooked up directly from the battery to the starter relay. There was corrosion in the harness going up to the starter button, and although the starter button's fine, this is still faster and cheaper and easier than getting the original parts. It worked for a little bit, and it didn't even leak for a little bit, but then it leaked worse than it ever has before. See, looks like my goop didn't hold up. That means I'll have to wait for the OEM gaskets. I'll call you when I'm done with this. New air filters because they were in the box that came with the bike. I got this seat from the Amazon. This motorcycle has automatic turn-off feature. We made it to the motorcycle show and only 8 days too late. That's right, 7 days and 12 hours ago, the Foo Fighters were playing here for Harley-Davidson's 120th celebration. 8 days late is a new record for me, so I am proud to sit before you today on a complete motorcycle. It's not a perfect motorcycle, but after only spending $850 and 8 days too many, I think the Harley boys would be pretty proud. Keep that back wheel riding through.
I'm only impatient when I'm comfortable.